shiny red bus. Interesting. Let's see what that has to say. Can you hear me? Put it down a tiny bit. Yeah. Wow, look at this. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. As you can see, we are launching our Big Red Bus Tour. I'm going to share a few remarks on the day today, given what's going on in the news. I've got Adil Shamji with me, a member of Provincial Parliament for Don Valley, and Lee Fairclough, who is our candidate in the upcoming election in Etobicoke Lakeshore. We've all been at the doors. We've been hearing it very loudly. People are angry. People are angry about this election call. We hear it at the doors. They tell me it's an unnecessary election and an unnecessary waste of time. People are afraid for their jobs. But Doug Ford's not afraid because the only job he's trying to protect is his own. I'll tell you what else is going on. People are scared and they're mad. And I'm really pissed off too. Because of course what Donald Trump is doing is absolutely outrageous. But Doug Ford has failed. Doug Ford has been caught with his pants down. He has failed to protect Ontarians. He does not have a plan to protect us, to defend our borders, or to protect our jobs. There are over 500,000 jobs on the line in various sectors, and people are scared. People are afraid they might lose their jobs and their livelihoods. Doug Ford's not scared. He wants to protect his own job. He put himself ahead of all of you because he's running away from an RCMP investigation. That's what I can see. And people are very angry at the doors. They tell me they're worried. What if they lose their jobs? They're barely making ends meet now. They're struggling to pay their rent and their cell phone bill and get food on the table for their families. Bonnie, what happens if I lose my job? What's been done? You know what's been done? Nothing. Doug Ford doesn't have a plan. Why hasn't he protected us? Where's been the stimulus to create jobs, bring investment into Ontario, create growth? All I see in our economy is a decline, the highest budget, the highest deficit, the worst job records in a decade. And now we know that he's going to pay for those $3 billion checks out of more debt. This is outrageous. And he has failed. He does not have a plan. Now, over the next few days, I will be presenting a plan, and it will protect us. And it will include defending our borders and setting us up for growth by investment into diversifying our economy, into jobs and into growth. And we'll be unveiling that in the next couple of days. Where's Doug Ford? Is he on the job, at his desk, in his office, protecting us? No. He's roaming around the province because he called an unnecessary, an expensive election so he could protect his own job. There is not another premier in this country that would do that. They're at their desks and they're doing their jobs, unlike Doug Ford, who's gallivanting around the province without a plan, leaving us exposed, showing up with his pants down. I'm available to take your questions if you have any. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, I certainly do have a lot of concerns about the caretaker role. Number one, I think he should be at his desk working, not running off to around the province or into Washington. And if they are going to Washington, it had better be at PC party expense, not using government resources while we're in the middle of the election. And that includes for himself, he's a candidate now, all his staff, air flights, and their hotel bills. You cannot use government resources while you're a candidate in an election. Oh, I am so excited. Look at the caliber of candidates that we have nominated. They're unrolling each and every day, and we will have a full slate. That should be completed early in the week. Yes. Yes. Yes, as I mentioned, we will have a plan. We've been working on it. We just want to know what the final details are, which sectors might be hit, and we're going to unravel a plan that will defend our borders. I would have proactively put measures in place by now, not calling an unnecessary election. I would have a plan that would have created job growth and stimulus into our key industries, diversify our industries, much like I did when I was mayor of the city of Mississauga, and we had 4 key sectors that we ensured that there was investment coming in and job growth and job creation. That's what the premier should be doing. He should be at his office making those phone calls, not spending hundreds of millions of dollars on campaign style ads in the United States. Why didn't you do your job? Why didn't you build relationships? Why didn't you stimulate our economy and prepare us for growth and prepare us for these tariffs that we knew were coming? Honestly, when I was mayor of the great city of Mississauga, I sought out investment and brought it into my city, locked it in, and created jobs and growth. I wanted people to be not only living in our city but working in our city, and I've got to say that Mississauga's got the second strongest economy in Ontario, stronger than the city of Ottawa and stronger than the Peel region. It's a powerhouse, an economic powerhouse. And you know, I'm not going to take all the credit. Obviously, it's the work Hazel McCallion did before me, but I continued along those paths, attracting investment and creating jobs. It's what made the city of Mississauga so strong. I think Doug Ford knows how to do something really well, and that's waste money to ensure it's siphoned off to his rich friends and buddies, those CEOs of those big companies that are always in the news because they're getting a handout. You know, whether it's Walmart or Staples or 7-Eleven, whether it's booze being expedited earlier, Service Ontario moving over, it's always something with this guy. $2 billion to expedite the sale of beer and wine. $2 billion for Thermospa at Ontario Place. $3 billion for the pre-election checks, that many of which are bouncing, and now he doesn't have the ability to pay for those because of change of policies federally, and that's going to be on debt. So what I know is that jobs are leaving this province, manufacturing jobs, construction jobs. We have the lowest housing rate in this country. We also have the highest unemployment rate in this country. Business confidence is down, and what I know is the size of his government's the largest I've ever seen. Size of his staff and the debt and the deficit like nothing we've ever seen before. The highest debt and the highest deficit than ever before. He has not protected us. He has not created jobs. Jobs are leaving this province, and he has no plan. He's been caught with his pants down, exposed, because he's not at work doing his job as he should be. This is a time of real threat, not a time of opportunity for yourself, Mr. Premier. Get back to work, get back to your desk, and create a plan. Yes, we are vulnerable because the Premier has failed to protect us and failed to protect 500,000 jobs. The only job Doug Ford wants to protect is his own. That's why they call this snap election. But from what I'm hearing at the doors, I know, Lee, you've been out, Adel's been out, I've been out at doors. They are really angry. What's this election about? We're worried about tariffs. We're worried about paying our rent and putting food on the table. Am I going to lose my job? What's the plan for that? We don't have a plan. Sorry, the Premier hasn't created one. He's busy electioneering right now. It's unthinkable, unconscionable. He has no plan. He has left us vulnerable. Thanks for coming, everyone. Come and check out our bus. I don't think we've had one in a while.